So let's discuss the difference between the counter rotation and the linear stretching. The counter rotation is one of the most important and is the most powerful uh, technique for doing any movement, especially the fascial maneuvers. So counter rotation is what counterbalances your body and as it involves the fascia. When we involve the fascia and set an intention to work with the fascia moves in spirals. So, moving or walking in linear or straight lines will not involve the fascial release or releasing stress, but over time, gradually, it can cause the accumulation of stress in your body, tension in your body, tension in certain areas or zones of your body, or it will cause restrictions in moving your bones and other parts of the body. So, fascia is the most intelligent organ that holds your um, that holds and stores trauma. It stores tension. It stores the stress of the body. It stores and it remembers and it has its own memory and it communicates with your body. It communicates with you what it likes and how you can make your body and your movement more effective in your daily basis. So, as fascia moves in spirals, and fascia is what causes the movement in your body, as it is holding your bones, your muscles, your tendons, your ligaments. So, everything is wrapped around the fascia, wrapped inside the fascia, and your fascia is what wraps around it. So, it is like a suit that is on covering your entire body. So, when we counter rotate, we are involving the fascia. And when we involve the fascia, let's do a fascial maneuver that involves the counter rotation. So let's do the totally twisted. Keep your stand with your feet shoulders width apart. Engage your spinal pelvic lock in, that is pulling in your belly button to your spine, or it is like holding your pee up. It can also be that you are holding up your sex organs. Now your right feet goes over your left feet and your right hand goes under your left armpit, your left arm goes on top of your right shoulder. Keep the spinal pelvic lock in and keep your feet and your toes grounded. Now see, turn your head slowly to the left. As you turn your head slowly to the left, even when keeping your feet crossed, you can see that your hips are moving to the hips are more towards the left. Now I turn my torso to the right. Now my hips are more turning towards the left. Now this is what is this? This is the counter rotation. This is the counter rotation. We are rotating our head to the left, body to the right. Now my hips are automatically towards the left. You do not need to do it to see the counter rotation, how the body does the counterbalancing. So this is one thing which we did to see exactly how it works. Now let's do it normally. Let's just walk in a straight line. As I move my right feet forward, I can feel my hips move to the left, my torso to the right, my shoulder to the left, and my head to the right. So everything is counter rotating as I move, even in straight line. But when we move in a spiral or when we make a figure 8 as we move, we are engaging the fascia and making our body more alert to the movement and more adaptive for the movement, because rotation is what makes the body to adapt to the movement. And actually your body likes to move in spirals. So when we move in a figure 8, we are balancing our hips, our head, our neck, our ears, our shoulders, and everything is balanced with it. So this is the most natural way and the most balanced way for your body to adapt to the movement, to release the stress, and to make to reduce the tension over time. Now let's do another thing. Let's just stand straight. Slowly turn your head to the right. Now you can feel your body subtly moving to the left, or tilting to the left, or turning towards the left. So this is the natural counterbalancing of the body. Now turn slowly your head to the left. As you turn your head, you can feel that your body is already tilting towards the right, or subtly moving to the right or bending to the right. It is not so much as noticeable, but you can feel it because it is involving the fascia, and counter rotation is what fascia moves. So when you counter rotate, you can actually feel it in your body. Now let's discuss about the linear stretching, the linear movements, that is walking in straight line or doing the linear movements up and down or front and back. For example, in yoga we are not counter rotating, but yoga in itself is a very powerful exercise, or it is a movement, very powerful movement. So if you incorporate counter rotation in that, it will improve its efficiency and make it more powerful, because in yoga we are just static, and it does not involve the fascia because counter rotation is lacking there. Also, we can talk about the bicep curls. So when we do the bicep curls, our wrists and our shoulders are greatly in tension, and this tension builds over time, accumulating the pressure and the stress in that area, causing more shoulder pain and wrist pain over time. Because that in that also we are just doing linear stretching, and we are not focusing on counter rotation, and fascia is not involved in that, so it does not make the movement easier, rather it makes your body more stiffer over time, and reduces your mobility and makes you more stressed out. Also, we can talk about the strength training also does not involve the counter rotation. There is just you are just keeping your spine rigid, and with that you are restricting your body and the counterbalancing of your body. So your body is just rigid and you are restricting that counterbalance, so in that way your body is adapting to that restriction itself, and not not adapting and not moving with the natural flow of the body, so it is restricting the natural flow of the body. So this is the difference between the linear stretching versus the counter rotation. But we can also see that in some major sports which involves the throwing, the swinging and the sprinting, they utilize counter rotation because it is very that makes those sports even more powerful and improves your stability over time, improves your strength, be it muscle strength, because fascia holds your entire body including your muscles. So when your fascia is restricted and dehydrated, it also dehydrates and restricts your muscles. But when you are involving the counter rotation, the fascia is moving more freely and efficiently, allowing all the muscles and the organs and the bones to create more space and adapt to the movement, and making the movement more effective, and you can make more out of that movement.